Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawg, and we back to it. You know how we do it. The top 10 greatest trash talkers in NBA history. This has been a highly requested video. Shout out to my guy Chris Shaw. He's been asking me to react to Kevin Garnett trash talking video. So I found this video. I think this is going to be a super good video for us to react to. I'm assuming Kevin Garnett is going to be in this video, so here you go, bro. Here you go. I didn't want to only do a Kevin Garnett video because I know there's so many other trash talkers out there that we could talk about, in NBA history. So this should be a good video. But before we get into it, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We are on the way to 20K. Go ahead and like this video once you like this video. And go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know what player, was left off of this list. Because I'm going to give out my top 10 real quick. My predictions on who I think going to be in this video. Let's see how right I am. But obviously, we got to go Kevin Garnett. He's the influence behind me reacting to this. So I'm assuming he's going to be in this. I want to say Kobe. I don't know how much of a trash talker Kobe was. But I'm going to throw him in there because that's my GOAT. And I just want to throw him in there. Larry Bird. I think Larry Bird, shout out to the Bird gang. I think he probably going to be number one. We're going to do Michael Jordan just because, I heard he used to talk a lot of stuff. Who else? Charles Barkley should be probably on here. That's 5. I think it's some older guys. Magic wasn't talking. Kareem wasn't talking. Who else, y'all? Y'all write in the comments real quick too. Like before we get to the video, I want you to just kind of see y'all predictions. Then y'all can kind of edit it or write in at the end, how correct you was. But that's just 5 of them. They're gonna be my 5. Oh, Rasheed Wallace. I don't know if I said Rasheed Wallace already, but he's definitely. But yeah, those are my few that I think gonna be in here. But let's see what 10 they got. We got the 10 greatest trash talkers in NBA history. Let's get it.
In order to be politically correct at all times, the NBA has gone to great lengths to eliminate any violence on the court, and that includes arguing. Any kind of small altercation, bickering, or even staring down an opponent can result in a technical. And that's why trash talking is a dying art in today's NBA. So, our top 10 biggest trash talkers are mostly from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, in the times that were more fruitful for loudmouths to thrive.
I forgot about Gary Payton. He has to be on there. Forgot about Gary Payton. He probably might be number 1. I think Gary Payton might be number 1, y'all. Shout out to Non-Top Sports.
Kobe Bryant was the second incarnation of Michael Jordan. Extremely competitive, not backing down from anybody, and able to back up everything with his play. There are numerous examples of his trash talk, like when he called Dwight Howard soft, or when he delivered one of the greatest one-liners after winning a championship.
He's got one more to Shaq.
But what sticks in my mind, and what I absolutely enjoyed, was when the tape from the Lakers practice came out online, back in 2014. It was like National Geographic, watching a lion in his natural habitat, trash-talking a bunch of gazelles. Kobe was the clear leader, and he controlled the whole court with his words, and with his presence. By watching the video, you can feel how uncomfortable it was for everybody, just because the king of the court made it so. When the Team USA beat Spain in the '08 Olympics, Kobe hung up his gold medal at Pau Gasol's locker room, just to irritate him and get him fired up for the season. Kobe was the most competitive guy you'll ever see, and he wanted everyone to match his intensity. If you couldn't do it, it was absolute hell for you. Just ask Smush Parker. Larry Bird. Larry Bird entered the locker room.
I don't know if this is numerical order, y'all. I don't know if they got Kobe 9, Kobe 10, Larry Bird 9, but I think Larry Bird should be a little bit further down this list. But maybe it's just no order.
At the 1988 three-point shooting contest, and asked his fellow contestants one simple question. So, which one of you bums is going to come in second?
He said
All
bums?
air evaporated from the room, and with that simple sentence, Bird killed everybody's confidence. Because they knew he was right, and that he was the best shooter in the world at the time. Without breaking a sweat, and without taking off his jacket, Bird nonchalantly backed up his words and supremely won the three-point contest. Larry really didn't look up to anybody in the NBA, as he was constantly the best player on the court in every arena, with an occasional exception of the Great Western Forum.
I think what make Larry Bird's trash talking different is it's hard to call it trash talking because what Larry Bird was so good at is he would tell the defense what he was going to do before he did it. Like a lot of these people, you can't mess with me. I'm too good. Get somebody else on me. That type of trash talk where Larry Bird was like, hey, you right here. Hey, I'm about to go to the right. I'm going to take 2 dribbles. I'm going to pump fake you. And I'm going to hit it off the backboard. Like, and then he'll go do it. Like, that's the type of trash talk Larry Bird was doing, which makes him so much more unique than the rest of these guys. Like, it was chestnut checkers with Larry Bird.
The hick from French Lick didn't know about any PG-13 type of talk. No, his content was rated R, and it was just the way things were back then, and how insanely competitive individuals talk to people. Bird would tell people when he's going to do something on the court, and then do it, without any possibility for the defender to stop him. Larry was that good, and when you're that good and that confident, you can say anything you want. Gary Payton.
GP!
Gary Payton's name has become synonymous with trash talk, and the first association that comes to mind when someone says GP is the glove, Seattle, and trash talk. GP was a trash-talking great. His style was to kill you with volume, as he just didn't stop talking, and he had no boundaries. No subject was untouchable for GP. Nothing was off limits. I doubt that he even needed cardio, because he would burn so many calories just with his mouth. GP would trash talk to everybody, no matter who it was. That's just who he was as a person. Kevin Garnett told the story about his trash-talking excellence on All the Smoke podcast. He said Payton would bring the ball down to the court, trash talk whoever was guarding him, talk to the refs, and orchestrate the entire offense, all while dribbling the ball and playing basketball. Gary's mouth was on automatic, and it was like a 7-Eleven. It never shut down. It was impossible to ignore it completely, because the sheer quantity of the stuff he said was sure to strike a nerve with you at one point. If there's a Mount Rushmore of trash talking, Gary Payton's mouth must be on it. Kevin Garnett.
It's perfect that Kevin Garnett is next because what I was about to say was something that Kevin Garnett said. I watched that interview that he had where he was talking about Gary Payton, and he said that Gary Payton used to be dribbling the ball. He'll be talking shit to the defense. He'll be talking shit to the fans. He talking to the refs. Like he was controlling the entire arena. Just imagine that. Just imagine one player controlling his teammates, the other team, the refs, the fans, the people that's front row. Like he talking to everybody. Like Gary Payton, he goated for that, man. Wasn't nobody doing that, controlling the whole arena and getting buckets and playing defense. Like, come on now, Gary Payton, he goated for that. Now
KG was of the same ilk as his friend and mentor Gary Payton. He maybe didn't talk as much as the glove, but he was equally mean and vicious with his trash-talking victims. If you don't know what we're talking about, just Google Carmelo Anthony and Honey Nut Cheerios. That Carmelo incident is just one of the many tales about KG's trash-talking skills. Garnett was somewhat crazy when he was on the court, and when the game started, he was like a man possessed. The Big Ticket was one of the most passionate players ever, and he'd exert all his soul into a game of basketball. That also included going to great lengths to diminish everybody that played against him. KG was a warrior, and if you were on his side in the battle, he would die for you. If you were against him, he'd want to kill you. And he didn't make any friends on the court.
Oh.
But that's who KG was. Unfiltered, mean, passionate, and the ultimate competitor. That mix has resulted in some of the best and most hurtful trash talk NBA courts have ever witnessed, especially for younger players who were his frequent prey. Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is one of the best power forwards ever to play the game. He's also one of the most entertaining personalities that ever walked the NBA floors, which he confirms every time he sits in his chair in TNT's Studio J. With his quick wit, he's able to make America and the world laugh with his jokes. Just this season, he killed Draymond with his triple-single remark. He trashed James Harden by saying dribble 14 times in a row. As a player, Chuck was much of the same. 110% straight talker that would say the first thing that would come to his mind. He would talk.
I think that's the cool thing about Barkley, where, for people like me that wasn't really around when he was playing, and all we kind of, see is the way he talked when he in that chair, on TV. And you kind of be like, man, like, he just talking like that just because he older, just because he lazy now. He can just sit in a chair and talk however he want to. But no, he was the same way with that Rockets jersey on, with that Suns jersey on. Like when he was back there playing, he was, trash talking all this shit back then too. So why wouldn't he be talking now? Like he ain't gonna switch it up now just because he's not playing. So you gotta respect it. He didn't kept the same energy for 40 years.
Talk smack to everybody, and he was so good of a player that he'd be able to back it up almost every time. When Chris Webber made a commercial about his dunk on Sir Charles, Barkley gifted him with 56 points in the playoffs, talking trash to Webber and his whole team the entire time. He wasn't a stranger to a fistfight as well, as Bill Laimbeer, Charles Oakley, and Shaq have found out during his playing career.
He slammed Shaq,
Michael
right?
Jordan.
Jordan.
A key component of great trash talk is being able to back it up. When it came to backing it up, there was nobody better than Michael Jordan. What set Jordan apart, other than his game, was his unbelievable desire to win and confidence he exuded with every breath. What we knew before, and what got blatantly evident in The Last Dance, is that Jordan is kind of an a-hole. However, he was so good and worked so hard that you couldn't really tell him anything. His trash talk was kind of mean, yes, but he mainly used it to bring his team up and to bring his opponent down. He also used it as a way of expression. Being the compulsive competitor that he is, Jordan lived for bragging rights. So trash talking was a daily routine for him. One of the most amusing moments of The Last Dance for me was when Jordan defeated Bird's Indiana Pacers in the '98 Eastern Conference Finals. The two greats met in the hallway after the game, and the first thing Jordan said to him was, "Enjoy yourself, dog, you bitch, F you." The insult was more endearing than derogatory, and it was the way these trash-talking greats talked to each other. It was the 90s, and PC culture didn't exist yet. Simpler times for sure, and although not necessarily better, there was some romance to this, which is somehow missing from today's NBA. Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed Wallace is one of the loudest and most animated players that ever played in the NBA. He talked trash to everybody, opposing teams, fans, his own teammates, and of course, the referees. Like most guys on this list, Sheed had a big mouth.
Somebody do some research for me real quick. I don't want to look while I'm watching the video, but who leads the NBA history in technical fouls? Like I'm actually curious. Is it Rasheed? I'm gonna just go off a limb and just assume that is Rasheed, number one. Somebody go check real quick and put it in the comments. Who's the number one all-time player in technical fouls? Let me know.
And liked to get under people's skin. He wanted to get his teammates into the game and build their confidence. And his greatest satisfaction came from silencing the opposing crowds, which he often did with his game. "You better get that little bitch off me," Rasheed Wallace said to the Grizzlies bench after scoring on Rudy Gay for the second straight time. Sheed played with an edge his whole career and liked to play physical basketball and then let everyone know about it later. Because, ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
Reggie Miller.
I forgot about
Another great player
Reggie.
from the 80s and 90s. Reggie Miller was the prime example of his era. Even though he wasn't as good as Michael Jordan, Miller had the mindset that he is, and that's why he was able to trash talk with the best of them. Miller played without fear and would get into fistfights and brawls on the regular. Even though he weighed less than 200 pounds, it didn't bother him to land a few punches in his day. But MJ certainly found out about it. Even 25 years later, he's probably still hated in New York for the way he tortured them in the playoffs, and for the famous choking incident with Spike Lee. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq is one of the biggest people on the planet, and very few people had the audacity to talk smack to him. However, if somebody does say anything to the big fella, he's very eager to clap back with a vengeance. His most famous trash talking was about the Sacramento Queens during those early 2000 matchups with Chris Webber, Vlade Divac, and company. He also invented the term barbecue chicken, as he would often lick his fingers if a bad defender was trying to guard him. His famous beef with Kobe got to a boiling point after he rapped in the club about it and asked how his behind tastes. Shaq is also not a stranger to social media beef, and he talks smack about some current players, mainly Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. Draymond Green. Draymond Green is probably the best trash talker of this generation. He's a dying breed, and if anyone in today's NBA resembles the KGs and Gary Paytons of the world, it's Draymond.
All right, y'all. Before we finish this video, we don't got too much time left. Posture check. Let's fix those backs. You right there that's watching. You. Yes, you. I know you leaned over. You watching this on an iPad, computer, phone, whatever you're watching it from. You probably humped over. So we have to fix those backs. We don't want to, have bad backs in the next 10 to 15 years because all we doing is humped over when we watching videos. So you ain't gonna get a bad back watching my videos. So let's fix that back and let's get back to the video.
Draymond. Like GP and KG, Dre is an emotional leader. Steph and Clay are better players than him, but he's the pulse that gives the energy for the whole team. He has the ability to uplift everybody with his spirit, and he'll use everything to bring his team up and bring the other team down. With his leadership and passion for the game, he's the guy every GM would love to have on their roster, even if that passion can sometimes be overexerted and cause the best player on the team to move to Brooklyn. On their way to being on this list, Joel Embiid. If there is a king of social media trash talk, it's got to be Joel Embiid. The big fella from Cameroon is a master of social media trolling, and he famously owns a lot of real estate in Andre Drummond's head, pushing other players' buttons pregame, getting them ejected during the game, and then talking about it on Instagram or Twitter has happened more than once. His victims include fellow centers Drummond, Whiteside, Karl Anthony Towns, and DeAndre Ayton. After his online back and forth with Mo Bamba, Embiid had an agreement with the Sixers staff to play Sheck Wes's Mo Bamba song each time JoJo scored on it. In an era of buddy-buddy basketball and no beef between players, Embiid is a breath of fresh air, and we hope that the beef kitchen stays open as long as he's in the league.
Russ, that was your fault, bro. Like, you lost the ball and you had a 7-foot, 300-pound dude running full speed that couldn't stop running to you. Like, that wasn't his fault. Don't be mad at him. But I appreciate y'all for watching this video. I need a favor from y'all. Yeah? I need a favor. As y'all can see, those players weren't in order. I think they had Draymond last or Shaq last, and I don't think they're the greatest trash talker of all time. So what I need from y'all is to write in the comments those 10 players and write them in order on who you think was the greatest trash talker from 1 to 10. Let me know. I'm probably going to pin whoever I agree with the most. It's going to be somebody that make a list that I agree with 100%, and I'm going to pin that post. But I appreciate y'all, man. That was a good video. I like the trash talking videos. It bring another element of watching, NBA basketball content outside of just watching highlights. We get to watch them trash talk. So I enjoyed that, man. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it. I think it was a pretty cool video. And go ahead and write something in the comments, man. Let me know what other videos y'all want me to react to. I kind of like staying on this trash talking side, so I'll probably react to a few more of these videos, maybe more specific videos of actual players. But I appreciate y'all like always, man. We out.